Welcome to SFBay-Insider. Farewell, San Francisco. I'm on a seafaring voyage. Don't know when I'll return. Well, maybe on the 1 o'clock ferry from Alcatraz. And there she is. National Park, historic prison, gardens, and birds. Today, it's all about the birds. Mid-April, and the island is transformed into a seabird nesting sanctuary. Find a mate, build a nest, and hatch some of the cutest little babies on the planet. Us volunteer gardeners are heading into the cell house for the annual bird sensitivity training.
My name is Tori Sayer. I'm the biologist out here, and I'm going to turn off the light. Hopefully nobody falls asleep. Everyone's had their coffee, right? Right. If I hear snoring, I come by and I kick you. This is really a cool situation that we have here, that these visitors are able to see these birds up close. It makes for a great research opportunity, too, for these researchers to come out, because you just don't have this situation anywhere else. Discovered in 1775 by some Spanish explorers who named it Alcatraz, which basically means pelican or strange-looking bird. There's a couple different variations on the name. But there were a lot of birds here. It was described as a guano-encrusted rock. And then, of course, the military took over the island in the 1850s, and the birds pretty much went away. A lot of activity on the island, a lot of construction going on. I did find this picture, though. You can see all the gulls there on the side, but under the caption it said that there was a kitchen right there, and the cooks would throw out all the food scraps, and of course it would attract all of the gulls. So we don't really have any records of these birds actually nesting and breeding on the island during the military and the prison years. So federal penitentiary opened in 1934, and you talk to some of the guards that still come out here, and you ask them about the birds, and they say, oh, we never let the birds nest here. We always shoot them away, and the island was kept very clean. They didn't want anything nesting here. So that was kind of a little history of birds being here when it was first discovered, and then they all went away. And as soon as the prison closed, they started coming back. All right, quiz time again. See how well you guys already know your birds. Corny, you can't answer.
Okay.
Which one is the western gull in this picture? No, Corny, you can't answer. Any guesses?
Right.
It's on the left.
Okay.
Oh, we got competing.
On the right.
So the first thing, so I'll tell you, the other one, there's a western gull and a California gull. Both of them breed here on the island, nest here. They are difficult to tell apart sometimes because, look, they look exactly alike. Some people say, well, the western gull's a little bigger, a little darker. Tell you what, the easiest way to tell the difference is you look at their legs. One has pink, one has yellow legs, and sometimes it gets confusing, but the western gull has the pink legs, California gull has the yellow legs. Kind of hard to tell in this picture. They're kind of ashy, kind of green. So two of these guys nest here on the island. So you have your Brandt's cormorant, your pelagic cormorant, and your double-crested cormorant. Does anyone know the difference? Anyone want to take a guess? What's this guy?
Pelagic.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Corny's jumping in.
No one was going to say that. No.
So we have our pelagic cormorant. Easy to tell. Has two white patches that you can see pretty easily when it's flying by. These guys, there's only a few of them, and we'll talk about population numbers in a minute, but we've got a very small colony over behind the Model Industries building. They nest on the sheer cliffs, and you can't really see them from the island. You have to see them when you're on the boat. These are our Brandt's cormorants, and you can tell they have both the male and the female has a bright blue throat patch there, and they nest more on the flat areas, so on the incinerator, on the seawall, And then the last one is our double-crested cormorant. You will see these guys roosting on the island, but for some reason they don't nest here.
I'm Beth. I'm a volunteer gardener, and I'm doing a little video on the birds.
Oh, okay.
So what are you working on this morning?
Today I'm working on these traps we're using for what are commonly called kelp flies, which is actually a misnomer because they're related to the cormorants and actually feed off dead cormorants.
Ah.
So during the end of nesting season, the fly population gets rather large. So we're trying to look at ways to see if we can manage them to where everybody's happy.
Ah, cool.
So these are test things to see how well this works and how we need to learn how to place them.
Excellent.
Are they back? They are back. They came back a couple weeks ago. You'll see them on the dock. So on the boat, as the boat is pulling in the morning, you'll see them off of the finger pier. I counted 37 the other day, just around.
They're also right across from the electric shop. If you look over the wall and look down in, they're down there in the water.
Cute little birds. These guys could dive 100 feet down. They actually use their wings to swim. They'll actually feed their wings. A pair of black oyster catchers on the island. You'll see more flying around, but we only have one pair that's nesting. So we have a good population of black-crowned night herons here on the island. You'll see these guys all around the rubble pile. They just showed up last week. So keep your eye out for these guys. Anyone know what this bird is? It's a trick question. Corny, what is it?
It's a juvenile black-crowned night heron.
It is. It's a juvenile black-crowned night heron. Can you believe? Look how ugly that thing is. And that is going to turn into that in about a year. Kind of neat. But a lot of people see these out there and they're like, I saw a brand new bird out there. What is it? They do look totally different. Of course, our favorite, snowy egret. Have you guys, so some of you are brand new. First day out here? Is that true? All right. So you guys haven't seen the snowy egrets yet, but let me tell you, you're in for a treat. These guys are a lot of fun. They nest right over on the west side here, and you can get really close to them, and it is fun to go and listen to them talk. We have one pair of great blue herons. They're already on a nest with eggs. She's been incubated. They've been incubating for a couple weeks now. They're in the tree behind the big cypress tree behind the dock, and you can actually see the nest from the dock. This circle here represents one of our Brandt's cormorant colonies. It looks small right there on the map, but this is what it looks like when they're all here. It's pretty impressive. These guys are all on nests. You can see all the little indentions in the dirt there. They're all sitting on nests. They'll put up a nest right next to their neighbor, just far enough that they can't actually touch each other. So hopefully this isn't a good year. Hopefully these guys will be back. I don't know. They're a little late this year. So.
How many did you have last year?
Last year we had 960 something. So we do have researchers that we contract with. The USGS comes out and they monitor the night herons and the snowy egrets, and then the Farallon Institute monitors the Brandt's cormorants and the western gulls. And they basically, because this colony is just so huge, they just can't count all those birds and keep track of every nest. They tried for a couple years, and I guess they found it just impossible. So they pick a sub-colony, or a subset of a colony, and they take a picture, they number the nests, and then those are the ones that they monitor throughout the year. And you'll see them out there with their scopes. It takes a lot of patience. They sit out there for a long time, and they have to wait for the adult to stand up, and then they quickly count the eggs or count the number of chicks. And that's how they figure out the productivity of these birds. So, but they're going to start setting up nests here pretty soon. This is sort of what their nests look like. And pretty soon she'll stand up and wow, she's got an egg. Look at that. They usually lay 3 eggs. It's on average 2 chicks, 2.3 chicks survive. So they'll usually start laying eggs. Our first egg was found April 26th last year. But the first week of May is when they really start going. And then the first week of June, they sit on eggs for about 30 days. First week of June, they start hatching. And look how cute they are. Oh, isn't that adorable? Super cute. These, look, the chicks match the egg color perfectly and sort of match their camouflage with the nest as well. These gulls, I gotta tell you, they are the best parents around town. These guys they live a long time. They could live up to 25 years. These guys mate for life. They stay with their same mate. They nest in the same location that they nested in the year before. I don't know how they find each other. They all look the same to me, but somehow they find each other, build their nests. Both parents take care of the chicks. They both sit on eggs. They both feed the chicks. And they're extremely protective of their young. And it's kind of an annoyance to us as we're walking up and down the hill and we've got gulls dive bombing us, but pretty cool that these birds are so protective and do such a good job at raising their chicks. Disturbance, this is a huge part of my job out here is trying to prevent disturbance to the birds. This is a bird that, like I said, they'll let you know when they're feeling threatened. The first thing they'll do is open their mouths and they'll make a whole lot of noise. The one thing we don't want to see is a bird flying away. This is a big brown pelican, juvenile brown pelican that was on the dock last year. We do get these guys coming to the island. You'll see them flying over, and a lot of times the juveniles especially will land and they're just resting. They're kind of funny birds. They don't seem to mind people too much. Last year we got quite a few of them on the island, and I think they were all juveniles, and I think they were probably a little bit weak, tired, maybe not finding enough food. And people could walk right up to them, and so we really had to try and keep people away. At first we were able to walk right up and just pick these birds up, so we thought, wow, they must be really sick or something, but I'm kind of thinking now that they just, maybe they are just tired enough that they don't care. But I think this year we're just going to let them be and let them sit there for a good part of the day and rest up before we capture them. Because this picture is really cute, Lily hugging this pelican here, but what you don't see are all the lice and mites that are just jumping off this bird onto Lily. To the point where I had to take off my coat because I was just covered. I'm shaking out my coat, and poor Lily can feel him crawling up into her hair. We're just saying, well, stay still so we can take a picture.
So she's really cussing at you right now.
Right, she really is not happy. So yeah, we hopefully we won't have to capture too many of these this next year. And I think that's
April 2012. It's business as usual on the west side of Alcatraz. Symphony of nesting birds. Let's listen.
What are these?